Nigeria Union of Journalists Akbc TV Chapel marks 37th anniversary with public lecture. Veteran journalists demand overhaul of Akbc facilities. Ministry of Health gears up for Nigeria state-level antiretroviral therapy impact survey. Stay tuned for details of these and other reports in a moment. Many thanks for joining us on the news. My name is Mercy Ekere. The Akbc TV Chapel of the Nigeria Union of Journalists Friday rolled out the drums to celebrate the 37th anniversary of the chapel. At the event, which took place at the corporate headquarters of the corporation, number 3, Udodom Avenue, U, speaker after speaker commended the chapel for setting a pace in NUJ, while Akbc Friend Award was presented to a former Commissioner of Women Affairs and Agriculture, Dr. Gloria Edith. The 37th anniversary lecture of the chapel had the theme Broadcast Journalism, Adapting to Trends and Digitization, delivered by Clement Barikwi of the NTA.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong.
Akbc TV is the first chapel of the Nigeria Union of Journalists established by members of the chapel, Kamfa Umana, Chris Ipoto, Hussein Ekanem, and others in 1987. To this end, the chapel Friday celebrated its 37 years of existence with a lecture to re-equip members with broadcast knowledge in order to meet up the current trends of broadcast media. Speaking at the occasion, the Akbc TV Chapel Chairman, Kamredeya Onopo, thanked guests and sister chapels for gracing the event, saying at 37, the chapel has achieved a lot and also faced challenges resulting from poor condition of the workplace, but members have continually evolved to meet the changing landscape of broadcast media. Comrade Paul, who paid tributes to founding fathers of the chapel and Nigeria Union of Journalists, said the lecture was to create more content and innovation for members of the chapel to grow with the current trends in broadcast journalism. She appealed to governments to restore the lost glory of Akbc for staff to have a good working environment and called for more support from members.
It is with immense gratitude and pride that I stand before you reflecting on your journey and all that we have achieved together in this 37 years. Happy beginnings over the years, we have faced challenges and been blessed opportunities, continuously evolving to meet the ever-changing landscape of broadcast media. I would like to take this moment to acknowledge the incredible team behind our success. Comfort, named the mother of the union, Chris Ipoto, Hussein Ekanem, and others for the initiative in starting a union we are all enjoying today. But like they say, knowledge is power. The reason we are here today is to soon learn the new trends of broadcast media so as not to be left behind. Today we are not only dealing with professional journalists. We will also delve into agricultural development by knowing the steps of cultivating hybrid pepper and mushroom production to enrich ourselves in many skills that can also generate income for us. Here is the 37 years of Akbc TV Chapel. into exciting future ahead.
The chairman on the occasion, who is the Commissioner for Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Fianfo, represented at the event by a director in the ministry, applauded the chaplain leadership for training members on current trends of journalism and for embracing agricultural development in the chapel, wishing them more fruitful years.
Representing my own function in the presence of the person of Dr. Mrs. Fianfo, Commissioner of Agriculture and Rural Development, which has asked me to congratulate you for this lecture.
The Commissioner for Human Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Nyediapan, represented at the event, congratulated the chapel for celebrating 37 years of existence, noting that the gesture was not a mean feat.
This anniversary marks the beginning of another year of excellence, integrity, and impactful storytelling. May your pens remain mighty and your voices continue to shape the narrative of our great nation. Happy 37th anniversary, that's a long time, to the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Akbc TV chapel.
The representative of the chairman, State Internal Revenue Service, State Chairman NUJ, Kamrede Mosetu, State Narrows Chairperson, Kamrede Sikat Okun, Kamrede Sibia John of the Federated Chapel of the NUJ, former Director General, Pastor Netipe, and others bared their minds.
And this chapel has continued to hold the faith as a flagship chapel in the NUJ. I'm very excited. Once those family members of NUJ who came from Akbc TV, there will be no NUJ or NUJ who have started at that period. You have a very hard-working chapel chairman who is contributing very well to serve.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I can remember when I nominated her to be in one of our committee, IWP. She performed repeatedly. Doubtlessly, she was all and all. Thank you, Akbc Chapel, the executive, and all the directors for putting up this kind of event for all of us to witness.
And so I came to Carbon Broadcasting and I discovered something more important in Akbc than simply going to DSTV. And that was ensuring that the eminent artists got employment in a Carbon Broadcasting Corporation. I saw this as a clear case of injustice. Going to DSTV. But what we did was more than going to DSTV. But it was giving breakthrough. 39 people meant impacting 39 families. And you could think of the ripple effect. Do the work with great passion. Sooner or later, if God will not open for you in a private broadcasting corporation, heaven will open doors for you.
The 37th anniversary lecturer, Clement Barikwi, took participants through new trends of broadcast media, app used in packaging news in phones, the do's and don'ts of digitization news broadcasts, among other things.
Gone are the days when you wait for your cameraman. Now, mobile journalism. Let's look at social media. Because as a journalist, you should be able, to cover your news and cover whatever the main authority and cover is well.
Akbc Friend Award was presented to former Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Gloria, for her love to the cooperation and for constantly touching lives through her foundation, Mary's Lezel Akamlo Foundation. Director of Sports in Akbc, Mr. Johnson Zudauso, eager took the audience through the journey of Akbc TV Chapel's 37 years.
So when on September 27th,
30th of February 1987, the state was announced and created by Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. It was euphoria, and those who were working, the likes of Comfort Mana, Christy Boto, Senekane, galvanized themselves and others, and had to start a process of having the Nigerian Union of Journalists in Akwa Ibom State.
Media stakeholders, founders of Nigeria Union of Journalists, and veterans in Akwa Ibom have called on the present administration to look into the plights of Akbc by restoring its lost glory in order for the corporation to compete favorably with its contemporaries. They made the appeal during the 37th anniversary celebration of the Pioneer Chapel of the NUJ, the Akbc TV Chapel, Akwa Ibom State Council, Friday.
During a lecture to mark the 37th anniversary celebration of the Akbc TV Chapel, one of the founding fathers of the NUJ, Chris Ikpoto, said Akbc has remained in the status it was 37 years ago, pleading with government to give the corporation a facelift as done in other state media-owned organizations. Comrade Ikpoto, who was in bended knees while making the appeal, said no facility in Akbc has been updated since its commencement of operation in 1987, the year he, Comfort Mana, Hussein Ekanam and others started the Nigeria Union of Journalists in the state.
If you are a pioneer and you leave this thing for, it's painful that the station still remains at the level that we started. 37 years after, people are not, government is not interested in moving this thing up, but they expect a lot of it, a lot of something from decades. How do they do it? You come back after 6 years of my retirement and still keep playing it. What is that what it was? What is that what it was? Then there's something wrong with the government. No, something is not wrong with it, it's wrong with the government.
The state chairman, Nigeria Union of Journalists, Comrade Moseto, said Akbc has been in a sorry state for far too long, beseeching the state government to overhaul the state of the corporation, knowing that it is owned by Akwa Ibom State government. Amos, who congratulated Akbc TV Chapel for attaining 37 and all the giant strides recorded over the years, lauded the chairman of the chapel, Comrade Aaron Paul, and DESCO members for putting up such a history-making event.
I want to thank you all for the support that we've enjoyed. Everything that concerns Akbc TV is always there to the State Council. Meanwhile, our emphasis is more on ensuring that we keep Akbc TV on the air news. And I'm very excited about this thing because several months ago, when the governor said he was going to make Akbc TV go on the internet, DSTV, it is one issue we have been emphasizing, but before we go to that level, let us try to overhaul the station so that we meet up with the modern station to run successfully.
Others who lended their voices to the Akbc matter were the Akbc TV Chapel Chairman, Comrade Aaron Paul, a director in news and current affairs in the corporation, Justice Udosora, press secretary to the wife of the governor, Comrade Uda Utbekong, special assistant to the governor on electronic media, Comrade Samuel Ayara, and others.
We'll continue to improve, innovate, tell stories that matter, and provide a platform for voices that need to be heard. Let me use this opportunity to call on government to look into the plight of Akbc and restore its lost glory so that the level of the heroes past in the corporation and in the chapel will not be in vain.
We see the hallmark, the tradition, the spirit, the zeal that belongs to the ultimate in television broadcasting to the ultimate in humanity.
Really, sir, it totally got me emotional when he knelt in his bid to getting government attention to Akbc. I think it is a worthwhile venture. It is a thing everyone would love to see. Everyone would, there isn't anyone, even people that do not love Akbc would love to see Akbc do well.
I also like to draw something from what Elder Chris is going to be. When he made a very personal appeal to government, that government should inject more resources into Akbc. As we going forward, and with their support and with their encouragement.
The anniversary celebration featured a lecture on broadcast journalism, adapting to trends and digitalization by Clement Bariku of the Nigerian Television Authority, liquid soap production techniques by the Akbc TV Chapel Chairman Oyarano Paul, and hybrid pepper cultivation tutorial by Ms. Emmanuel Akban, a former director with the Ministry of Agriculture.
We use so many preservatives when we make food, so I don't like using other things so that it can be harmful. This is salt. Salt is a preservative. When you put it, the liquid soap can stay as long as 1 year and above. And like I said, this is 1/8.
If it is pepper, the difference they will be ready for transplanting. This one here, this is 82 days old. Now that it's ready down, you can transplant them.
Akbc Friend Award was presented to a former Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Blaroded, for her love for Akbc, the chapel, as well as service to humanity.
Dr. Glory Edith, President, Founder, Mary Slater Akanflow Foundation, friend of Akbc, award in recognition of his support to Akbc TV Chapel, and humanitarian service to the involved honorable. Dated today August 30, 2024. Congratulations to you now. Because of the love I have for Akbc, and especially the television chapel, I want to thank you for, being so organized. If you are not organized, you won't plan for these events. And I want to thank the leadership and congratulate you, Yano, and your executive members. I've been telling people to manage people from different mothers. It's not a simple thing. If you meet in any organization or association and you are able to plan for events, because no matter how good you are, everybody cannot love you. And if everybody loves you, then there's a problem somewhere.
The chapel presented gifts, pepper seedlings, and liquid soap to members and guests at the event.
You're watching Akbc 45 News. It's time to take a quick break. We'll be back with the rest of our reports. Just stay.
This is where we belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. I'm really it's all in because stand together we go make up the time. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we be. It's all
Welcome back to the news. The Akbc State Ministry of Health Friday announced plans for commencement of Nigeria state-level antiretroviral therapy impact survey aimed at improving the well-being of people and designed to show how well HIV programs are working in the state. Describing the survey as an initiative that would strengthen health systems to better support individuals living with HIV, the Commissioner for Health, Professor Augustine Umar, during a press conference called on the people to cooperate with field health workers carrying out the survey.
It has been more than 5 years since the last survey, which placed Akwa State on a prevalence rate of 5.5%, was conducted. This is to determine how many persons who have HIV in the state have been identified and how many of them have reduced Augustine Moore listed support for people living with HIV, information on policy and planning, and proving treatment outcomes as significance of the survey, which will be done across the 31 local governments in the state.
This survey is a significant initiative aimed at improving the well-being of the people of Akwa State. The National Council of Health is designed to show how well HIV programs are working in Akwa State. The information and the of this survey will help us to understand three key outcomes. First, how many people who have HIV in the state have been identified? Second, how many of those identified are already receiving life-saving drugs? And third, out of those receiving drugs, how many of them have reduced the amount of HIV virus in their blood so much that they cannot infect another person?
The commissioner sued the Corporation of Residents of the state as well as the media and CSOs in scaling up community engagement so the people are better informed on benefit of a successful survey.
It is important to state here that the reason why people are having HIV drugs is to reduce the amount of HIV virus in their blood. When the amount of HIV virus in their blood is very low, then they will not be able to transmit HIV to another person. Objectives of the survey. The primary objectives of the ERT impact survey are twofold. The first, to measure the population-based HIV treatment coverage.
Appreciating the Akwa State government as well as critical partners in the HIV management system, the state programs coordinator, SACA, Dr. Inobong Akpan, expressed the belief that the survey would achieve its target.
30,000 households, 3,000 households from Akwa State. I don't know if you're taking it on a pro rata basis for local government. We may not have the exact population. The prevalence of HIV and AIDS is mostly in the riverine and rural areas, and also it's been discovered that at tertiary institutions, the promiscuity of sex in those places also increases it.
And now to our feature report. When there is the feeling of heaviness in the heart, abnormal sweating, and the feeling of vomiting, when there is an indication that you may have a heart attack. What is heart attack? What causes it, and what are the remedies are questions Ayana Paul sought answers from a consultant cardiologist with the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital.
It has become a common sight of young, old, and people of both gender holding their chest, complaining of severe pains. Sometimes these people survive if they get proper medical care at the right time, and in other cases they die. Most often than not, People attribute this sudden incident to spiritual attack, presumably that the person has offended the gods or eaten a forbidden food. Well, according to a consultant cardiologist in the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital, Dr. Idamasirumo, their views and beliefs may be fetish, but the observations and veiled symptoms are clearly that of a heart attack that can lead to a cardiac arrest or other severe damages in the heart. Heart attack happens when there is a blockage of blood flow in the heart muscle. It is termed a medical emergency because without blood, tissues loses oxygen and die.
So heart attack is when there is a blockage of the artery that supplies the heart. And this blockage could be partial or complete, and it could lead to a cardiac arrest, can lead to destruction of the heart muscles, and many times the patient dies. So it's a very common condition affecting our people.
The cardiologist mentioned symptoms of heart attack to include tightness of pain in the chest, neck, back, arm, fatigue, abnormal heartbeat, and anxiety, and also talked about the causes.
How do you know if you're having a heart attack? A lot of people experience chest pain. After a few minutes, the person died. So a lot of people, that's a common sign. Some people, the pain can be in the abdomen, maybe the upper part of the abdomen. And the common things that can cause heart attacks are raised blood pressure, so hypertension. Many people are going about with very high blood pressure and they don't know that their blood pressures are high. High blood cholesterol, many people do not check if their cholesterol levels are high. Also diabetes. So if your blood sugar is high, it predisposes you to have a blockage in your artery.
Studies reveal that women are likely to get typical symptoms than men in heart attack. So, what should be done when someone has a heart attack?
If you think you have a heart attack, you should get to the hospital as soon as possible. Meet a doctor so that it can be examined and more complications can be prevented. So the sooner you can get to the hospital, the better for you.
We sought to find out how much people know about this killer disease. Here are their views.
Actually, yes. Experience because attack all over.
Heart attack is a condition of the heart. The problem that we have that make us to depression.
Heart attack is a sudden stage where the heart ceases to function. Some of us who have read where there is no doctor, I think the first thing that is recommended is aspirin.
Well, I really because I've never experienced it. I don't have anybody around me that has ever been in that condition. It's a very real. Maybe I look at the arake, I look at the arake, I wouldn't bend in the room. I wouldn't see the heart attack.
Although the cardiologist mentioned that the best remedy for heart attack is to rush the patient to the hospital, medicals also recommend that there should be a knowledge of CPR.
90 degrees. Straight, absolutely. And then you start compression in the middle. Depress good 5 centimeters. Unless you depress it from 5 centimeters, your heart will not get compressed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 0. 30 compressions. After this, seal your lips on the lips of the patient. Deep breath. And quickly again feel the lower end of the sternum. Put your hand in the lower and compress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 28, 29, 30.
When you notice someone experiencing a heart attack, call out for help immediately. Assess the victim for a response and look for breathing. If you do not feel a pulse within 10 seconds, perform 5 cycles of CPR.
Well, like they say, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. It is better to avoid things that may lead to heart attack because you may never live to tell the story of what happened. And if it happens, meet a doctor immediately.
So many people have survived, but it just depends on the degree. A lot of people are dying in their sleep. We're hearing this, and but I think if this is a wake-up call for everybody, that you have fewer incidences of people dying in their sleeps. It may have been a heart attack, may have been a stroke. We will see a cognaba de serubia, a serubo, who can make Igbo, utape young Iden men, maybe a cock, been a cow for Igbo, Ipanaka, or a ball, it will be I'll be very good for Igbo.
Prioritize your health, for health is wealth. Akbc News.
And on that note, we conclude our package this afternoon. But just before we go, a quick reminder of some stories that made headlines. We told you that media stakeholders, founders of Nigeria Union of Journalists, and veterans in Akbc have called on the present administration to look into the plight of the Akbc. They made the appeal during the 37th anniversary celebration of the Pioneer Chapel of the NUJ, the Akbc TV Chapel, Akbc State Council. Also told you that's the package. Thanks so much. Good afternoon.